Welcome to another edition of the Tiger Men's Basketball Report. I'm your host, Spiro Marikas, along with the head coach of the Tigers, Pat Scarry. And Coach, Tigers won game last week against Arcadia, a non-D1 school, and a chance for you to get some guys in that normally don't get to, and a chance for you to work with some rotations.
Obviously our guys handled business. I thought we shared the ball. That was the biggest thing. Guys didn't come in, trying to get their own. And then we got to see some guys play a little bit more, obviously, like Jaden Cole and Tyler Coleman, some guys that have done a really good job for us. We've had some good practices and workouts pre and post Christmas. So I think we are moving in the right direction.
The one thing about games like this that you love to see is when a guy like Brandon Held, a walk-on who never gets to play, and he makes a basket, and you look at the bench and you see how excited all those guys are for him to make that shot.
Yeah, we got really good guys. I had some pictures of Tamiwa Suleiman. I think he was jumping higher on the sideline than he has for a rebound this year. But Brandon Held is a rock star. Tell you what, you would have said it a couple days ago in practice. He had him. I won't tell you who he was in practice because we have certain guys when they're on the scout team. He made a whole lot of shots, but he's a great player, great kid. It was really good to see him score the ball a couple times.
All right, that phase of your season is now over, and it's conference time, and you start off against Monmouth on Saturday, Thursday, and UNCW on Saturday at home. Monmouth on the road on Thursday, led by Xander Rice, head coach King Rice's son, who's a transfer from Bucknell, scored over 1,000 points at Bucknell, now averaging almost 19 points a game. And this Monmouth team is nowhere near like last year's Monmouth team that struggled.
No, Monmouth's good. It'll be a war on Thursday night. They played, much like ourselves, a hard non-conference schedule. Played pretty well at Oklahoma the other night. It was a top 20 team. King does a good job. He's been there a while. The kids play for him. They play hard. They're aggressive, especially on offense. And his son, we recruited his son. I offered his son a scholarship when a lot of other people, quite honestly, didn't think he was great. And, disappointed myself because I called King, and King told me to call his mom. She's handling the whole thing, and we couldn't convince him. So I'm not surprised how well Xander's playing. He's a terrific guard. I put him on the preseason all-league team because I told you we had recruited him, so I know what they were getting. The big, I'm not going to butcher the last name, but the big fellow they brought in from Tulsa is terrific. And then Collins is a proven scorer. He was an all-rookie guy last year. So they're a good team, 12th in the country in three-point shooting percentage. So that'll be key.
Led by a kid, Bashir, who's shooting 61%. He's 25 of 41. It's not like he's 6 of 10.
He's only averaging like 12 minutes a game, but he's getting up 6 threes in 12 minutes. He's a good freshman. They have very, very good young kids. They've been a great addition to the league. They'll be a good team this year, and it's going to be a big test on Thursday night. But like I said, our guys have had good practices. We certainly, we were a little choppy. The non-conference would have liked to come out a couple games better, but I love the group, and we're fighting for respect right now.
Saturday at home, first home conference game of the year, and who do you draw but UNCW, who many people feel may be the front runner to win the league. They beat Kentucky at Kentucky. You obviously know Coach Siddle is going to have a great ball club.
Well, they're really good. We've had time to stop prepping for both. So that's what we do when we get to the league. So first of all, I don't think in my time in the league there's been a better win than their win at Kentucky. That just doesn't happen. I picked them to win the league. They're deep. They're athletic. They've got all league players and Rice and Phillips and Harden Hayes. So very explosive, well-coached team. So it's we have a lot of these. Our first 5 weeks, we were given the gift of play home away or play away home. So we're prepping for that and doing a couple things differently than in the past. These are two very good teams right away.
When you look at the league, now that everybody's done with non-conference play, does anything surprise you?
Yeah, I think that there's, honestly, last year there were 6 teams, I think, that were really struggled. That won't be the case this year. There are 7 or 8 pretty good ball clubs, and we fully expect to be one of those ball clubs. We're not finished yet, but as we're rounding in the form and getting some guys back, that's where we expect to be. I like how hard this group is working. We've got to do some things better that we've talked about kind of repeatedly, so I'm not going to be redundant in those things, but I'm really encouraged with the group, and I like them a lot.
And they certainly rebound well because you're among the nation's leaders in not only rebounding margin, but offensive rebounding.
Yeah, that's a staple, right? You know, ball security, rebounding, and then we've got to, like we've seen a little bit lately, our defense has to be consistently at a Towson level, and I fully expect that it will be.
All right, so the Tigers take on Monmouth on Thursday night. I'll have the call for you on TowsonTigers.com starting at 6:45, and then the Tigers Saturday at TU Arena at 2 o'clock. Jimmy Patsos and I will have it for you on Monumental Sports starting at 2 o'clock. So for the head coach of the Tigers, Pat Scarry, I'm Spiro Marikas. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, go Tigers.